Gamers, today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I don't want it to be drama, but I do want to explain what's going on in the AFK Journey community because there's been quite a bit of outrage, and I want to explain why. Now, I apologize for not being full screen. I've had some bugs where when I go full screen on AFK Journey, sometimes it just kind of crashes, and then I have to literally delete AFK Journey and re-download it. So it's going to be in this kind of windowed mode here when I show off some of the stuff in-game. But there's a lot of people that are angry right now in AFK Journey, calling it pay to win, saying that characters got nerfed and it is completely screwed over their account. And I understand where some of it is coming from. There's also discussions about nerfed rewards, and you can see people are dropping 1-star reviews. People are saying, make some noise, vote with your wallet, Google refunds. There's lots of stuff going on, and it's like, whoa, this is wild. People were really enjoying AFK Journey in the first season, and then now that Song of Strife is out, there has been some absolute 180 in the opinions of AFK Journey. Why? Let's get started. There's a sum up of these nerfs on this post here. No more summons from medium-sized chests. Those yellow chests no longer giving a full-on invite ticket. Half the gems from chests. Tower rewards are a complete joke. No more gems or summons from AFK stages. Random nerf to true damage, Merrily and Corrin. I'll explain that in a minute. Nerfs to the Noble Path, which is already pretty much mandatory purchase if you want to compete. I'll discuss that whole thing as well. Technically, a nerf to the Battle Drill rewards. I haven't seen that exactly because they're not out yet. But people are talking about the districts, and that is a key thing that I think we should discuss. So let's just dabble around here, and let's kind of run from thing to thing. So, the Season Noble Path. I understand why people are mad about the Noble Path, because if you look at the early stages, it's giving like a pretty equal amount of experience. The dust is definitely more, but there's a pretty even amount of experience and golds in the early levels. However, things ramp up very, very quickly around level 20, and it starts getting kind of crazy. Now you're getting triple the amount of experience, and in the early game, this experience was actually one of the limiting factors, not the dust. And so, by buying the bonus, unlocking the legendary one and getting these first 20 levels, there were people that were 30 levels ahead of me in the first few days because I didn't buy the 20 levels. In hindsight, I realized I made a mistake if I truly wanted to compete. That being said, I did buy the Noble Path. It does give me an advantage. But I didn't buy the full 20 levels, and I was still doing pretty darn good in the Dream Realm overall. I don't have crazy whale money spent, but I have spent money, so let's not pretend I'm free to play. But I've done pretty darn good overall. 88, 92, 66. I've never been in the top 100 ever. Ever. But by improving my account incrementally and trying to catch up with the whales and play optimally, I have done pretty darn good. But I could have been much higher had I spent that $20. And people, or not $20, the extra 20 levels. It's not that much money, but it is money. The Noble Path is one thing, but then the extra 20 levels is another. And people are saying, now that they've added things like districts, where you're competing against multiple different servers, well, it's like pay to win, or else you're going to just lose. Now, I'm not sure if I would say that. I mean, it's still a lot of rewards that you probably wouldn't have got anyways in these district things. There was no way to get Temporal Essence before, and now you get it daily, as long as you're not the worst players on the server. And so, technically, the income of Temporal Essence got better, but it does put on the question, am I now going to get further behind the whales because they're getting even more Temporal Essence and even some of the Twilight Essence, yada, yada, yada. If you're free to play, you're always going to lose. But this is why people are mad. They've made everything more competitive. And if you're not spending money and you get less resources, even though you might be playing well because you just haven't spent money, I understand the frustration. So that's one thing. Another thing is, this is a competitive game, and people have invested in particular characters to do so. Merrily being one of them. I'm someone who has a plus 10. I haven't gone beyond plus 10, but I've got a plus 10 Merrily. And if I want to take her anymore, I have to use Temporal Essence. Temporal Essence is extremely rare. It is extremely hard to get. And so investing in this character and then finding out that they no longer function as well would be very frustrating because you don't get it back. In Epic 7, a game that I've played before, they actually do a kind of a refund of characters if they nerf them or change them. But that's if they nerf them and change them directly. They made a change to the actual Dream Realm. So what they did is with the different bosses, now they ramp up in true damage defenses in a way that they didn't before. They made it so that physical and magical penetration and ignoring some of their defenses is very powerful, but doing true damage and ignoring their defenses is not as powerful. And what this means is anyone that was doing true damage before, they're not functioning the way they were. If you look in any of the Dream Realm stuff, who was available before, it was always, absolutely always going to be Merrily in every single Dream Realm. She was the top DPS in the game. But now, if you do the Dream Realm, she'll do, in some cases, half the damage of someone like Odie. Odie, I've built, I've invested in. I'm actually taking them to plus 15 over her because right now, Odie is the better option. Which, I mean, I'm benefiting because now I'm hyper investing into this unit. But again, they may be changed or things will change down the road as well. But the other thing that is coming into play is these seasonal things. Now, I don't know exactly how this works and if it 100% applies, but I think it is coming to play. Fires an extra projectile for every 3 normal attacks that hit a target. But with the poisoning ability that is done, I think that maybe those normal attacks are ramping up. And so the seasonal ability may be impacting Odie and just making Odie stronger. And so it's kind of like a double dip. They changed the Dream Realm, but Odie also has a passive that really helps. Now, Merrily has, as you can see right here, fires an extra projectile every 3 normal attacks. That's awesome. But if that's not scaling with any of the other passives, it's not bringing value, it might be a situation where Odie is just a better kit for this passive. So it's kind of a weird situation here. It's hard to fully know, but the other unit that got kind of nerfed, and someone I'm working on as well right now, is Corrin. Corrin is also another unit that is falling down in the ranks because of the changes to the true damage that is available. Because you can see here, increases true damage based on the target's max HP. If you invested in Merrily and in Corrin, you can't get those resources back. So that's why people are mad. On top of this, now the next thing people are complaining about are the rewards for playing the new season and the things you could do in game. There's still chests where you can get the epic tickets and things like that, but the yellow chests are no longer giving a regular invite ticket. And some of these fights, they're just giving less diamonds for clearing and doing these different things in game. On top of this, there are, I would say, very poor rewards in the seasonal legend trial. I have to do 5 floors to get 2 of these essence. I don't need 2 essence. Doing 5 floors for 2 essence is like nothing. They could have thrown some stuff in between, and they did. They threw some crafting materials in between to get some gear. And we still don't have the Dura trial. And there's like other things that maybe will supplement things, but people are just feeling like between the Dream Realm and all these different things, the rewards don't feel that impactful. Even in the Dream Realm, you know, you'd get these hits of experience and things, but for the most part, other than clearing the boss, it just doesn't feel that impactful compared to the past. So I understand that as well. There are some other game modes that are coming that maybe will give some juicy rewards, but for right now, people are playing through the season and they're feeling like, something's missing. The AFK stages only really give you some dust and then some chests along the way, where they used to give you armor, gems, a normal invite ticket, and along the way there'd be random tickets and diamonds thrown in. It was a really good economy to start getting pulls. People are feeling now that unless you're spending money to get pulls, it's getting really tough to Supreme Plus or Mythic Plus a lot of units in the game. And when things like the Arcane Labyrinth have dried up and there's nothing else to do, people, I think, are feeling a bit of a change in the economy and how many times you can pull and honestly a drop-off in that dopamine. But I mean, even with the Trial of Abyss, there is a section where you don't really get any rewards, and it does feel a little bit out of place. Why am I doing it if I'm not going to get anything out of it? So I do understand the frustrations, because there are many players that are reward-based. If I'm going to do something, I want something to help me grow and progress my account. And if I want to be 100% honest with you, I do understand that as well, because I feel like sometimes there's not a lot of progression I can make. For quite a while, over a week, it was like log in, do a couple arena fights, do the Dream Realm, and then you're done. I was essentially waiting for the season to start. But even when the season started, I already got hardlocked within a few hours of playing, and I couldn't really progress for almost 2 days. So that is a pacing thing that I think the devs do need to work on, because I want to play your game. I want to enjoy it, I want to progress, and I understand it's an AFK game. But going AFK for 2 days just kind of feels weird when I just want to play the new season and try out the new quests and different things. So I think that is something that needs to be addressed, is the pacing of how a season plays out. Same time, however, there's a login bonus here where you get quite a few pulls, and then you get a free S-rank unit. And I'm going to use it to get my Thorin to Supreme Plus. Like, this is huge for me. This is a game-changing upgrade for me. And so I'm excited about that. Maybe not everyone is, but that stuff, I don't know, I feel like it just gets swept under the rug a little bit. Even this, people are always complaining. They're like, oh, I get 50 diamonds today? Yeah, but they're also giving you every single unit, every S rank in the game for free. And they gave every A rank before that for free to kind of get your account going. And this is a long time to log in. I understand that. But in order to get some of the Hypogean and Celestial units, it is a very big investment. Getting one extra copy saves you like a month of playing to finalize and get someone to Mythic Plus. And like, I don't know. I'm just taking it and enjoying it as it is. Tomorrow I get an S rank, or tonight I get an S rank, and I'm cool with that. I don't even really look at this stuff. Like, yeah, I understand that these daily rewards aren't that great, but at the same time, you know, when you bundle them together, it's like, well, every week I'm getting essentially a full pity worth of gems in value. You know what I mean? Another big complaint I'm seeing is about gold. There's gold needed for these artifacts to level them up, and there's gold needed to level up your characters. And depending when you finished Resonance 240 and wanted to start the season, you actually need to spend a lot of gold. In order to start the season, everyone's got to be at 240. But also, their equipment has to be at 240. It has to be maxed out like this, and it costs a lot of gold, either buying it from the shop, which is a mistake, or crafting it. And so there's a lot of people that got to the level. They maxed out their gear, they started the season, and then they couldn't even level anyone up. A lot of the money that you do get comes from battle drills, and this will be a source for you to get gold in the near future. Hopefully, this is a game changer for people. Just remember that battle drills is one of the core economy pieces for gold on your account. Where am I sitting in all of this stuff? I recognize that some of the things are not as rewarding as they once were. It's why I haven't even really been doing the Legend Trial, because it's like, well, what's the point? So I am there with you, and I get it. I'm also very busy with some other game coverage on my other channel and things like that, so I'm not too stressed out because I am treating it like an AFK game. I've tried to be a little bit competitive, but I know I'm never going to be the top player. And unless you're spending money, you won't be. You flat out won't be. So stop beating yourself up over the rank. If you enjoy playing the game, play the game. If you want to log in here and there and do a poll or upgrade a character, do your thing. If you're getting bored, I think it's time to move on, because that's what video games and gaming is all about. Don't play a game like it's a job if it's not your job. It is my job. I make content for a living. But if I don't have anything to do, I'm not going to be sitting here trying to min-max everything to place one rank higher. I'm going to log out, go AFK, and return when there's something more to do. I hope that they make some changes, and I want this to be the best game possible because I'm the AFK Journey King. But I'll be honest with you. I'll be upfront with you. There are moments that I've been like, ha, not much to do here, or ha, why'd they make that decision? And so I will be DMing the contacts that I have and give them some of the feedback that I have. If you have any feedback for the devs, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll try my best to get it to them in a manner that is professional, that hopefully leads to change. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I already understand kind of the pulse of the community, and I've looked at this stuff, and I get you. So let's have a discussion. How do we move on from here? What would you like to see done? All those different things. I'll DM my guys and let them know, and that's the most I can really do at this moment in time to help. I know there's a lot of people that are frustrated, and I hear you. Anyways, that's it from me. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.